Mr. Speaker, I have a proud record, a record as strong as any member in Congress in supporting Israel. It is because of this support that I back the deal that the President and our allies have negotiated. If I thought that this agreement made the state of Israel more vulnerable, I would not support it. But that's just not the case. Every security expert I trust, like Colin Powell, supports this deal, and almost every former government official I deeply distrust, like Vice President Dick Cheney, opposes the agreement. This is one of the most detailed international agreements of its kind in memory, and it was no small task of American diplomacy, statesmanship, and good old-fashioned negotiating that brought the deal to reality. The power and position of the United States as a world leader brought our allies to the table. It achieved an outcome our country working alone could not have achieved. It is not something that Europeans, the Russians, the Chinese, or even the United Nations could have achieved. It is not something sanctions alone could achieve, and not something that war alone could achieve. The United States, working with our friends, and in some cases our rivals, brought about this end to Iran's nuclear weapons program with an agreement for verifiable, enforceable, effective curbs on Iran's nuclear ambitions, and it is in Iran's interest to abide by the agreement. With this one step forward, the U.S. has helped erase our record of international short-sightedness. It gets us back on track as a leader who leverages our economic power, our military power, our powers to persuade and compromise and bring people together. There are not many times in a person's congressional career, or in the course of history for that matter, when a person can cast a vote literally for war or peace. Voting to support the Iran agreement is a vote to give peace a chance. Put diplomacy at the top of our agenda. Stand up for our men and women in uniform and their families and our nation by avoiding war. Let us support a deal that is good for Israel, good for America, good for peace, and good for the world. Mr. Speaker, I'd like now to ask unanimous consent. Representative Yarmouth and I wrote an op-ed piece for the Hill newspaper entitled "The Iran Nuclear Deal is Good Deal for America and Good Deal for Peace," and ask unanimous consent that it be entered into the record.
Without objection.